I still believe most creators should start with Apple's free productivity apps, especially if you cannot afford another subscription. But once your workflow grows, once you're creating more, managing more, and building more, you start to realize you may need tools with a little more depth. So, in today's video, I'm showing you iPad apps I'd consider once you've outgrown the simple setup. This isn't about replacing Apple apps, it's about knowing when the right tool can save you time, stress, and mental energy. Look, we've all been there. I have tried so many different apps over the past few years since I got my iPad. And these are some of my top recommendations for paid versions of apps outside of the Apple ecosystem. But a few important things that I look for, I'm going to show you in today's video, that is very, very important as creators and as persons who are using their iPad every day as a device in their workflow. One of the first apps that I decided to download on my iPad was Notion. Notion has been my main content planner system for well over 4 years. I use it along with Apple Reminders and Calendar because that's what works for me. But there are so many other features that are embedded inside of Notion, and it is one of the apps that is widely used within the creator sphere. For me, Notion, like I said, has been that constant system and driver. I use it a lot for managing my client projects. I use it for managing projects within my business, and also I use it for my content calendar. Now, if you want the template of my content calendar that I'm going to show you today, you can get it using the link in the description. It's inside of my Creative Flow kit. All right. So this is my content calendar. This is where I plan out every piece of content across all of my platforms. Notice every piece of content that I have published, it is here. This is where I plan out and flesh out all of my content and all the things. But also, I have designed this in such a way that works for me, and this has been refined over the years, more or less. Also, I use it as my project manager as well. One of the things that I have loved with Notion, and again, as an alternative, the free version is really, really good. You get a lot out of the free version. But if you want to go a little more deeper and you want to use the AI tools, and so of course you will have to get in to the paid subscription. The next app I would highly recommend, if Apple Notes or Freeform or Apple Journal is not your jam, you want something more. One of the highly recommended app I would suggest is GoodNotes. If you like handwriting, planning with your Apple Pencil, sketching ideas, and you want a little more refinery in terms of an app, throughout the entire iPad community, GoodNotes is that number one recommended app. And so if I go in here and I tap on GoodNotes, I used to use GoodNotes at the beginning of my journey with my iPad. They have a ton of different options. They've introduced that marketplace. So I have seen this app grow from when I first got it. So they have a marketplace, and they have templates for creators, brand collab, work, study, and life. So you can cycle through and you can go through their marketplace, but there are other creators who have designed planners and journals and study guides tailored to GoodNotes as well. And so for me, I had my planners. I did a focus journal for 30 days, and this was super, super helpful. When using GoodNotes, this feels more intentional than typing most times. So I highly recommend this app, especially if you are not a fan of Apple Notes. I know Notion is not for everyone, but if you're looking for more aesthetics and more of a writing flow, I would highly recommend GoodNotes for you. There are a few things that I consider when going through choosing apps for my iPad, especially bringing it into my everyday workflow. So what I usually do, I go into the Apple Store, and if you go into the app section, To the top left here, you notice that there is a productivity. So you have various different categories. So what I would do, I would go into the productivities category. And here is where Apple usually suggests favorites or top rated. But one of the things that I look for when I'm choosing an app is if it works with the iPad. So if you come down here in this section, it will tell you if it works with your iPad, if it works with your iPhone, and if it has an app for Mac. Another good note taking app outside of GoodNotes, outside of Apple Notes or Journal, is Notability. So, Notability is another good app that you can work with. I had Notability. Now, one of the good things I love about these note taking apps is that although they do have the yearly subscription is really well priced, right? So that is another note taking app that you can consider. A lot of creators also use Craft. This is for notes, documents with the integration of AI as well. This works well with your iPad as well. Now, when it comes to calendar apps, there are a ton of different calendars outside of Apple Calendar. I have tried a few of them and I've always come back to Apple Calendar because it integrates with Google, it integrates with other calendar services. But if you're looking for something a little beyond or more robust, I would recommend Structured, especially if you are creative. I've used Structured for well over a year, and it is one of the best calendar outside of Apple Calendar. From a visual perspective of how you visually plan, Structured was that up. All right. And the beautiful thing about it, it works across all the Apple devices, and I would highly recommend it. It's you can get it for a lifetime value of $100, but it also gives you yearly subscription. So you do have a yearly subscription. Right now they have a special offer going on where you can pay just $15 for a year, and then it's going to be $30 per year after that first year. But I really love Structured, and one of the things I really love about Structured is that it connects with Apple reminders as well as calendar. So you can integrate it into there. So once you put in a reminder, it syncs into Structured. So if you are a visual planner, I would highly recommend Structured to you. And one of the other things I do love about Structured is that it does give you that focus timer. So if you block out a specific time to do deep work focus, it will can turn on that timer. So you can use Structured for both your to manage your calendar as well as your to-do list. But if you're looking for separation, one of the most popular ones when it comes to-do lists is Todoist. All right. And Todoist is one of the most popular ones as well. So you can consider this as your task manager. They have a really good system with Todoist. You can use the AI, you can type in your prompts and everything. So I found that Todoist is really good as well. All right. And again, I am not saying you need every app I mentioned in this video. Most creators should start simple, but once your workload grows, better tools actually matter. So here's how I think about it now. Apps that come inside of the Apple ecosystem are amazing for building the foundation of your systems as a creator, whether it's on your iPad or your Mac. But once you start scaling your workflow, you may need more structure, better planning, deeper organization, a more cleaner way of writing, and a stronger focus system. All right, let me know from all of the apps that I have shown you today, which one piques your interest, or are you going to stay within the Apple ecosystem? I'm interested to know. As always, your tech should be working for you and not against you. I will see you in the next one.